Hello friends, in this video I will be going to share difference between uniprogramming and multiprogramming. Before going to differences, we must know the uniprogramming and multiprogramming. And this is what I explained with examples in the previous videos. What are the differences between uniprogramming and multiprogramming? Look at this picture. In uniprogramming, the main memory is divided into two partitions. One for OS, other for user area. As for the definition of the uniprogramming, the user area is allowing only one program at a time. It allows only one program to be present in user area of main memory at a time. Whereas in the multiprogramming, look at this picture. User area is divided into multiple partitions. When user area is having multiple partitions, then it could be allowing more than one program at a time. Multiple programs can be loaded in the user area of main memory at a time. How it is possible means here is multiple partitions are there. With respect to the number of partitions, those many programs I can select from the secondary memory and load into this area. In uniprogramming example, I can play a single song or I can open a single browser only. Why it is allowing only one browser or a single song means the entire user area is allowing only one program. When it is allowing only one program, I can execute only one, so that I can play a single song or I can open a single browser only. Example, operating system, DOS. DOS is serial processing system. Whereas in multiprogramming, I can play multiple songs or I can open multiple browsers also. How it is possible means the user area is divided into multiple partitions. When it is divided into 4 partitions, that means maximum 4 browsers I can open or 4 songs I can play with respect to the number of partitions and availability of the each partition size. Example of operating systems: Windows XP, Windows 7, 8, 10, Unix. In uniprogramming, the entire user area allocated to the single program. As per the definition of the entire area is allocating to the single program. Whereas in the multiprogramming, the user area is divided into multiple partitions. When it is divided into multiple partitions, the partitions are fixed or dynamic. This is what very much important in the multiprogramming. This is what I explained in the single partition and multiple partition allocation videos. No scheduling. See, in the uniprogramming, no scheduling. Why? Only one program is available in user area, so no scheduling. When more than one is there I need to apply the scheduling operation. Whereas in the multiprogramming, in the user area, more than one process is there, so there is a possibility of the racing. So where the racing is possibility, there I have to be apply the certain algorithms. That is what here is say that scheduling algorithms. So that scheduling process is very difficult in the multiprogramming. In uniprogramming, it does not affect by other process. When user area allowing only one process, no other process, so that it does not affect by other process. Whereas in the multiprogramming, it may affect by other processes. When user area is allowing more than one process, there will be possibility of the competition among the processes. Where the competition is there the possibility of affecting by others. That means P1 is affected by P2, P2 affected by P3 and so on like it with respect to the number of processes. This is the concept I explained in race condition and critical section video. In uniprogramming, memory utilization is very poor due to only one process at a time. See this, as per the definition of the uniprogramming, it is allowing only one process. So due to that reason, memory utilization is very poor. Suppose the user area is 1000 bytes are available. If I want only 10 bytes, then how much memory will be wasting? 990 bytes of memory is wasting. So memory utilization is very poor. Whereas in the multiprogramming, the user area is divided into multiple partitions. That multiple partitions also either static or a dynamic. So when it is going for the dynamic, then the memory utilization is very high comparatively uniprogramming. Let us look at these pictures. If you want to more information regarding these pictures, please, I have explained this is in the uniprogramming video, and this is also explained in the multi-programming video. So CPU utilization is very poor. How it is very poor? Let us look into this. There are 3 processes are there. So total amount of time is for completion of all these processes 21 milliseconds. Whereas in the multi-programming, for completion of all these 3 processes 16 milliseconds. So here is uniprogramming is taking more amount of time for the same set of processes, whereas in the multi-programming it is taking lesser amount of time. Let us find the CPU utilization. In the serial processing or in the uniprogramming, you see how much amount of CPU is idle. Here is idle, so total 2. Here is idle, here is idle, 2 plus 3, 5 plus 1. So total 6 milliseconds idle time, which is the CPU. So 6 means how much time it has taken for completion of all the processes? 21. 21 minus 6, that means 15. 15 by 21, so that is equal to 71.4. CPU utilization is 71.4 for this example. For the same example, I am calculating the CPU utilization. Let us look into this. The CPU is idle only 14th millisecond. So when it is idle 14th millisecond, for completion of all these jobs, total time is 16. 16 minus 1, so 15. 15 divided by total time 16 equal to 93.75. You see, when we compare CPU utilization in uniprogramming and CPU utilization in multi-programming, you see which is the higher value. Multi-programming value is higher value, so CPU utilization is increased when comparatively uniprogramming. In uniprogramming, it's a serial processing, so we cannot calculate the throughput. Whereas in the multi-programming, it is a simultaneous process, so definitely the throughput will be increasing. Let us see. When P1 is waiting for the IO devices, CPU is allocated for the P2. When P2 is waiting for the IO devices, CPU is allocated for the P3. So all the processes executing in a simultaneous manner, whereas in the uniprogramming, all the processes are in a serial manner. So throughput is maximizing. In uniprogramming, more waiting time. Look at this picture. So when P1 is executing, you see during this time P2 must be wait. Once the P2 is completed, then P2 start the execution. So you see that for execution of the P2, it must be wait 5 milliseconds. Whereas in the multi-programming, you see that for P2, how much waiting time it is taking? Only 1 millisecond. So that means waiting time is more in the uniprogramming, whereas in the multi-programming, waiting time is minimized. In uniprogramming, what is starvation? Let us look into this picture. Suppose P1 wants hundreds of milliseconds and P2 wants lakhs of milliseconds, then P3 must be wait cumulative amount of P1 and P2. Then P3 may enter into the starvation, and also it depends on the process requirement. In any programming, when the user area is allowing only one process, then it requires a slow processor only. Why means only one process is available in a user area, so then with the slow processor can also work well in any programming. Whereas in the multi-programming processor needs to be fast. Why faster processor is required means in the user area more than one program is available. When I want to execute all these processes simultaneously, I require high-speed processor only. In the next video, I'll be discuss difference between the multi-programming and multitasking. Thank you, one and all.